What if the reason family trips feel exhausting isn't because you're doing it wrong, you're doing too much? I used to come home from trips thinking, we accomplished everything, so why do I feel so drained? Well, that's when I realized family travel doesn't fall apart from the lack of planning. It can fall apart from over planning. And as a mom of four who travels full time and learning how to do less, it truly has changed everything. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to plan a family trip that feels calm, connected, but still loads of fun without doing too much. It isn't about cutting fun. It's about keeping your energy, your kids' moods, and your sanity intact, if that's possible. If you've ever come home needing a vacation from your vacation, stay with me. Why do family trips backfire? Well, parents plan trips like, well, we're already here, so like while we're here, let's just add on one more thing. Well, what actually happens sometimes is that kids end up hitting a wall. You're walking, plus the heat and your extra stimulation, it all piles up slowly, sometimes underneath the surface, not super evident in your face until it blows up. So parents can start snapping, and it's a recipe for disaster. We've had days where nothing went wrong, but everything just felt heavy. It was just exhausted. You could just tell we were pushing too much. We were just trying to do too many things in one short day. Family trips don't usually break from just one bad moment. They break from too many great ideas stacked together on top of each other. And here's the shift that truly changed everything for us. So the issue isn't the city, the country, or the budget. It's for planning for adults first and squeezing your kids in later as an afterthought or aftermath after the base plan's already been made. Kids don't experience time, stimulation, or walking, right, the same way as us as adults do. Adults remember the highlights, but kids remember how they felt in between and throughout the day, and the connection and the vibe with the family more than we remember the actual things. This is exactly the part parents tell me that they wish someone had explained sooner, because once you see it, everything really changes. So here's the less but better planning shift, okay? Your one must do per day. The one optional if energy allows. So that's your flex block, and your one must do is called your anchor activity that's done in the morning, okay? And one protected rest window, which I like to save for the afternoon. So why does this flow work? Well, it works because your win is always happening earliest in the day when everybody has the most energy, and most likely everybody's in the best frame of mind and moods are high and positive. So everything after your one anchor, your one morning activity, your must do, is just a bonus if the energy and the time allows, but it's not pressure of must get it done on the list. So kids feel more successful and not as rushed. Some of our best memories happened on days when the plan actually fell apart because nothing else was actually stopped on top of it that needed to flow on through. Those were usually the days where, after our anchor activity happened, my husband has a famous line of, let's just walk and get lost. Let's just go get lost. And my brain's always like, oh. But the days that we do that, we always wind up in the coolest neighborhoods and the best little cafes or restaurants. And getting lost is truly where adventure happens in your new destinations, in your new cities that you're traveling to. So where should parents cut in your itineraries, in your travel planning, okay? You should cut your back-to-back attractions. Lose those. Don't do those. Moving accommodations every 1 to 2 nights, sometimes every 1 to 3 nights, okay? Depending on how long your trip is. Last-minute dinner decisions made at 6 p.m. with hungry kids, cut those. It's stupid. Don't do it. And your just-in-case activities. Now, I'm going to add that I always have a just-in-case activities, because in our flex blocks, if something happens, we already have, these are things we want to do, we have enough energy, let's choose one of those and let's go. They're vetted, they're done, you know how far away they are, that's a great thing. But don't have that just-in-case activity as an actual plan back to back. Use that as a flex time free fill-in. Now, what you should include in your travel itineraries as you're planning this ahead of time is planned meals, predictable rhythm flows, and repeat locations that kids can start to recognize, okay? Bored kids aren't the problem, overtired kids are. So, our emotional reframe, okay, this is truly what actually matters. And this is how you need to start thinking about it and how you need to start looking at it. Your bird's eye view is the goal isn't to see everything yet you can, which I know everybody wants to. You're there, you want to experience it. But the goal is you can't see everything in your destination city. The goal is coming home closer and more connected with your family, your spouse, your kids than when you left. You're not dreading, you don't want to dread your next trip, okay? If you come home and think, yeah, I'm good until next year, that was stressful, that took a lot of mental and emotional toll, then something went wrong. It wasn't executed correctly. It wasn't planned for adequately. Something went oopsie doopsie, okay? This is okay, and we can work through it and fix it so that it doesn't keep happening again, because that's not supposed to be your feeling when you come home from a family vacation. And you're not failing if you skip things and you don't do certain things. You're succeeding if everyone still likes each other when you get home and everybody is happy and it was a positive trip together and maybe they learned something. Some of our most meaningful trips were quieter than we planned, and that's when the connection ultimately happened. We started listening to what our kids enjoyed and not just the things that us as adults wanted to see. If planning trips feels heavy and overwhelming, I did build my stress-free family travel course to walk parents through this step by step without the late night Googling or the burnout. And there's two options for the course, one with a one-on-one planning coaching call at the beginning and one without that, but you still have access to our private community with other like-minded parents and moms going through the exact same thing. And I also have my free family packing list linked below, and it removes one more decision off of your plate. So tell me in the comments, what part of the trip planning stresses you out the most right now? And subscribe if you want more honest, real life family travel planning, and I'll see you in the next one.